Hello and welcome to another Friday update. So next week I'll go over what happened in the month of September, but I want to go over a little bit of what's going on in real estate. So we've surpassed the month mark of getting into these buyer's agency agreements and all that kind of good stuff. So what are we seeing here? So again, that buyer's agency agreement I went over before, but for some reason they always take 15 minutes. So just want to go over again really quickly, hopefully this time, what to expect. And I do send this, I try to send this to any buyers I'm going to meet with ahead of time, so that way they can digest it and then we can review it before we cross that threshold. So number one, how long and where do you have to sign up for these? It could be a day. It could be a month. It could be 6 months, like a listing, or however you negotiate that. All the terms are negotiable. It could be one property specific, it could be county specific, it could be city specific. So as for me, I'm not going to put all of Ohio because I don't work in all of Ohio, right? I can't go to Cincinnati to show property. I'll refer it to somebody who's a specialist there. I focus in on my little area, right, which is big enough. So this again, negotiable. That is the purpose of all these documents. So, and then it talks about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to help you as a real estate agent. Contemporaneous offers. This lets you know I can be showing the same properties to multiple buyers. I can write with multiple buyers. Now, I always let you know in writing if that's going to happen, and all parties have to agree. I cannot tell anybody what anybody else did. You know, that's part of the confidentiality and loyalty. I'm just not going to do that. Dual agency means I could be represent both sides of the transaction. In that case, I can't advocate or negotiate on either one's behalf. In the Ohio Realtors buyer agreement, you have to consent or not consent to those. And then you have to sign whether you have signed another one of these agreements with another realtor or not. Because again, we do care about you. And we want to make sure you're not paying multiple commissions to multiple agents when your intent is to only work with one, right? And then we're going to spell out how we're going to be paid. Now in here, we do have to put an amount or else we can't get paid, right? So whatever we put in here is the max that we're allowed to get paid. We can negotiate down, we can't negotiate up. Now you can amend it with the agreement of everybody that we will raise the commission. I'm going to negotiate that up front, right? So that's my job. My whole job in real estate is to negotiate, right? Buyers, sellers, other realtors, that's how it goes. So then it talks about how long I'm going to be protected. If you tried to go around me, let's say, I'm going to have some protection period. And then if something happens to me, God forbid I can't sell real estate anymore, or I'm going to be celebrating 25 years of marriage, so maybe I'm going to hop out of town and we're going to go on vacation, I can have somebody else show you property. So if you say, well, I just don't know if you're always going to be available, we can have somebody else. Now, let's say you don't like the somebody else I refer you to. You can decline that person and ask me to refer you to somebody else. You can tell me the story behind it, but you don't have to. And again, that's confidential. Again, I'm going to give you the best help that I can, but I am not a tax expert and home inspector. I'm not a mason. I don't fix chimneys. I'm not a roofer. So I'm going to give you an idea of stuff, but then I'm going to refer you to the professionals if we have any kind of those questions. Dispute resolution just means that we're going to arbitrate before we go to court if there is something that you feel like we need to go that route for. And then property condition, I'm going to let you know the property as I see it, as it's noted on the property disclosure. But I can't pull away drywall. I'm not going to do that nobody can, to let you know what's behind the scenes there. Entire agreement, once you read it, it's going to become a contract, right? So, and then fair housing, all I care about is the color money. If you can afford the house, I'm going to show it to you. So wire fraud, anything over $10,000 has to be wired. So if you get anything from me, know that I am not going to give you wire instructions. I don't do that. I leave that to the title company. Some agents do, that's their prerogative, but I'm going to leave that to the title company between you. I feel like one less break in the chain is one less thing that may get hacked. So if the title company sends you anything that says change of wire instructions, that's a fib. I mean, I've been doing this 23, 24 years. They haven't changed wire instructions yet. I don't think they're going to start this week. So if you get anything like that, let me know, let the title company know. That also means they've been hacked. I don't want you to send your money overseas unless that's your intention, right? And then it also talks about, that's all it talks about. And then if we want to amend it, so like last night I met with a wonderful couple. We just did one house specific. Number one, I don't know if they're going to like me. Number two, I don't know if I'm going to like them. I loved them. I hope I continue to work with them. We can amend that here and add in the areas we want to look, right? So the first time I meet with people, I'm doing property specific because we don't want to be tied to each other. I can only work with so many people, right? So I don't want to be tied to you if we just don't get along. And that's fair. We're all humans. So not everybody's going to like everybody. And I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, unfortunately. So that's it in a nutshell. Hopefully that was faster than 15 minutes. My name's Alex Morgan Johnson, Weichert Realtors Morgan Realty Group. Again, I have to put a caveat in there. I am not an attorney. So if you have any questions about any legal documents, of course, get an attorney's an opinion. But I am a licensed broker here in the state of Ohio. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'm on the screen this time. Last time I think I cut off like right over here. And look forward to seeing you guys. And again, if you have any real estate questions, feel free to reach out. Alex Morgan.